Cancers, welcome to your Modern Maven Tarot Monthly Tarot for September 2024. Thank you so much for joining me, and also a thank you to all my subscribers. If this reading does end up resonating, please do hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It really does help support Modern Maven Tarot. Now, before we get into the tarot reading, I'm going to briefly talk a little bit about the astrology forecast, and then we'll dive into your reading. I also want you to know that I'm going to have the astrology.com's full calendar for 2024 linked in the description. I highly suggest you check that out. Mark down the dates of importance. What I love about astrology.com is that they highlight in purple the key dates for you to look at, but also for you, take a look at your prominent placements, okay? So if you have a strong Virgo energy in certain areas, mark the dates that are very specific to that. If you have strong Pisces, which we're going to get to with the Pisces partial lunar eclipse, mark down those dates. But the overall theme, I would say, for September 2024 is the purge, okay? We are purging things out of our lives to make room for what we want, all right? Out with the old, in with the new. There's this message too of when you think about, let's say, this is the best example I would give, because a lot of this energy is related to old attachments to past identities, past relationships, past communities, past ways of thinking. Think about your mind, think about your energy, like a space that you have in your home, right? And you have this clunky cabinet that has been passed down from generation to generation. It doesn't fit your aesthetic. It doesn't fit your vibe. It doesn't fit the person you are, but you feel like you need to keep it because of something like some sort of attachment, right? But you have this new thing that has caught your eye and it really makes you happy. It really makes you feel good, but you don't have physical space for it. That's how I want you to think about the energy, that there's just certain things that we just don't have space for to make space for this new stuff, okay? So whatever that is for you, just know with the expansion, we're going to continue to feel some restriction, Jupiter and Gemini expansion, but the Saturn and Pisces restriction. So another key thing for you to do this month, Cancers, is look at your Gemini and Pisces placements, but also your Virgo and Pisces placements, okay? Because those North Nodes are going to be shifting too. And there's just a lot of energy where it's like, this is going to be a very incremental very incremental energy of out with the old, in with the new, right? It's going to be slow and steady, okay? Some things might be dramatic. Some things might kind of leave your life or will come into your life at a very fast pace, but there's other aspects where it's going to be a slow energy, okay? So you did get a message too while I was clearing your cards about patience, Cancer. So make sure, water signs, we deal with this a lot. Like the power of patience is a big Saturn lesson for us. And so power of patience, having faith, that's a strong energy for you. But I got a very abundant energy. So that's what I'm excited about. So if this is your energy right now, if you're feeling like things have been delayed, if you're feeling like it's been a struggle, it's all going to smooth out, okay? I just keep getting that. It's all going to smooth out. Have patience, have faith, all right? So back to the purge. I'm just going to, like I said, briefly touch on this stuff. But September 1st, key date of importance. We have Uranus going retrograde in Taurus, and we have Pluto retrograde falling into Capricorn, all right? So from September 1st until the beginning of November, it might feel like we're actually moving backwards. It might feel like a lot of this progress, all of a sudden it's like, wait, why are we going backwards? We're not, okay? It's just a time of reflection. So please remember that, specifically for the Pluto retrograde in Capricorn, because then it's gonna go back into Aquarius after the beginning of November. But I just want you to be mindful. It's just a reminder of the things that don't vibe. Like when it comes to us and our personal power, when it comes to the identity of power in the collective, when it comes to the evolution of power and our thinking of power, we have some things that we have to reflect on, all right? Especially when it comes to where is our energy aligned? Is it aligned with the old identity of power, or are we aligned with the new identity of power, okay? Because that's gonna be a key highlight for you. Now, Uranus retrograde, another big focus of the things that we need, especially when it comes to toxic relationships and beliefs, where we have to see these patterns. We have to identify the areas in which we want to rebel, right? But especially water signs, we have to be sure, like, this can indicate some indulgence. And so we have to see, are there ways in which, like, when we feel like we need to rebel, that we revert into some sort of toxic behavior, okay? Now, September 2nd, new moon in Virgo. This is going to be a breath of fresh air because this is going to get us back on track, right? Virgo is very detailed, very routine oriented, a sign of service. And so I really want that nurturing Cancer energy to be very, very important for you and to really just like radiate your Cancer energy. Also because we're going to have Mars going into Cancer. And so Cancers, I really want you to be aware of this because this is going to trigger like that mama bear energy. Boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. All right. Like we have to be mindful because we might, our heightened sense of like fight or flight might increase around this time. So I just want you to be mindful of how you assert yourself. Okay. We have to stay grounded. Please, please, please stay grounded. Now, the other big thing that I want to mention is the full moon partial lunar eclipse in Pisces, because this is setting off eclipse season and this is on September 17th. All right. So this is going to increase this, like there's a line in the sand. You're either here or you're here when it comes to relationships, situations, beliefs, right? Like there's just something here that we don't want to get it washed away. I'm like visualizing a tide, like how the tide increases in the sand, and we don't want our emotions to wash away that line we have into the sand. Very interesting message that came through. Focus your energy on what you're manifesting. Okay, that's the biggest thing you can do. The biggest thing you can do is stay grounded, stay focused, and keep calm and carry on. Is really the message that came through. Okay, so please do yourself a favor, check out the full astrology calendar. I highly recommend it. Taurus energy, I do think that Uranus retrograde is going to be important for you, but also practice what you preach. We all are connected to the same source. All right, that's something very important to keep connected. And this is a card of practice what you preach. Okay, Cancer. So let us see what we got going on for you September 2024. Also, I don't think I even mentioned this, but this is for any Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. But also, if you have Cancer in a particular house or planet that you need clarity on, then this message is also for you. But another big thing, make sure you check what houses Pisces and Virgo rule, because those are going to be very highlighted, especially when it comes to the areas where we need to get ourselves organized and things that we need to purge, okay? And also, like I always say, Donna Stellhorn, Pam Gregory, Heather Ensworth, amazing astrologers who, if you need some more information on the key astrological transits, the full moons, the new moons, I highly recommend their channels. Major energy of moving forward, okay? So also the fact that we have Mercury finally going direct, I do get a green light. Like there's like very fast communication, like a lot of travel probably for you too. But remember, it's all about aligning you with a wake-up call. Okay, there's something here where when you align with your energy, those opportunities, those relationships, all of those things that you have been wanting, they're coming in. Okay, but they're coming in fast. It's really, okay, this is wild because you are at least the third reading I've done to get this as the overall energy. All right, so this is a very significant indicator that all of that energy of the purge is happening for everybody. All right, and so make sure that you remember that all of that. Wow, amazing. So a lot of purging, right? But all of the energy for cards, or I'm sorry, for placements that have gotten this card has been an outcome of empowerment. So just know a lot is happening, a lot of changes, all right? Overall energy, 8 of Cups, this is Saturn in Pisces. So like I said, wherever that Saturn placement is, your blocks, your fears, your limitations, your lessons, where you build your resilience, that is going to be a highlight this month. So please take a look at what house Saturn is in. Please take a look at what sign rules Saturn in your chart, because all of that is going to be very important for you, Cancers, okay? following a new path. You have to leave something behind. This generally indicates emotional transformation in some way, but like I said, this transformation is taking place wherever that Saturn energy is. So please take a look at that. But I get that you understand what needs to transform, all right? It's just about saying yes to it and not resisting it. So what you need more of, 3 of Cups. So I love this. This is Mercury in Cancer. And so I think what this is really saying, Cancers, is you need to speak from the heart more. All right. This gives me the energy that perhaps part of this transformation is we bottle things up. And so this is where speaking from the heart, you get this message a lot too of you build up those emotions until the dam breaks. All right. That's a very water sign trait for us to do. But this is something where speaking from the heart is always going to be the best thing. It's also an energy of enjoying. Your emotional fulfillment comes from the people who you vibe with, all right? This is celebrations and lucky turn of events. And so I think the more that you can enjoy and celebrate life in a manner that is aligned with your Cancerian energy, the better off you'll be. Now, the 9 of Swords, in the area of what you have the right amount of. So this is Mars and Gemini. So remember, Mars is going into Cancer, but it's still in Gemini at the time I'm recording this. But this is that anxious, like the thoughts that keep you up at night. This is like a nightmare that freaks you out, right? But it rattles you to take action. And so here's where it's like, I think these thoughts are trying to get you to act on something. All right. And so whatever that is, we have to understand that, like, this fear, this anxiety is trying to get you to take action in some area of your life, all right? And so don't fear the unknown. You don't have to fear the unknown, because when you're aligned with your energy, you're going to be led to where you're meant to be. Now, the area of what you need less of, the 10 of Swords, okay? So this is questioning and doubting, right? We're overdoing something. We just don't want to deal with it. Like there's something here to you taking action in a very powerful way, where the easiest thing to do is just to ignore it or walk away. Like that's a very strong message that's coming in, and that's not what the tarot is saying you want to do right now. What you can change, the Tower. So here we go, how you assert yourself. The Tower is ruled by Mars. So again, like I said, there's something really powerful with that Mars in Cancer that's coming in, that we really have to pay attention to how we assert ourselves, and we can change how we assert ourselves. Like I said, this is the biggest thing. Now, you go back to my readings from summer 2023 Cancers, your Saturn lesson, your stepping into your personal power, how you show your power, right? What does power mean to you? How you express yourself with confidence. All of those things have been attached to your Saturn lesson. And so this is saying this month is going to bring in some heavy energy, some breakthrough, groundbreaking energy on how you assert yourself. So there's going to probably be situations that trigger you in some way, and ask, how do I assert myself? And is it aligned with this new Aquarian age? Now, what you need to accept, 2 of Coins. What you need to accept is life is not going to slow down, okay? Life is going to stay busy. Life is about, like, when you say yes, you have to be prepared to say yes, okay? So this is like where you have to keep your mind focused on the future, all right? And not falling back. Like I said, this transformation could indicate these lessons. It's going to pop up situations where it's going to test you. Like, do you have balance, all right? Are you focused? Is your energy focused and aligned on where you're going, not on the past? And so if that happens, your luck is going to be in slow and steady wins the race, okay? Slow and steady wins the race. This is energy of Capricorn, Jupiter and Capricorn, all right? And so that Capricorn is, and funny enough, that is your polar natal sign. So I always tell people, always pay attention to your polar natal sign. That is a shadow aspect that you have to embrace, okay? For me, mine is Virgo, and Virgo energy does not vibe with me normally, but when I incorporate into my life, good golly, do I get a lot done, okay? And so for me, Virgo, disciplined, routine, like strict, energy, balanced with my Piscean energy. Those two working together are unstoppable. So for you, Cancers, You aligned with Capricorn energy, you're unstoppable, all right? A little bit every day, okay? Like not putting something off till but just a little bit every day will get you to the finish line, all right? So just, you need to accept life is not gonna slow down, it's gonna stay busy. It's just how you navigate that energy, okay? Have the confidence, because the end of the month, King of Wands. Hello, all right? And who is this? This is Cancer energy. All right, Cancer and Leo, but also air energy. But this is nothing ventured, nothing gained, self-made, confident leader, right? Empowered. You're putting your passion is bringing you success. This is something that is, if you knew that this Saturn lesson was taking you here, would you doubt it? Like, that's a very strong message for you. So let us get some energy. I want to focus on this 9 and 10 because it's so fascinating that, like, this unsettled energy is what you need to keep moving forward, that fire you need, like the fire under your butt, if you will, right? But we just can't quit something because it's hard, okay? That's a very important message for you. We can't quit something just because it's hard. You're building your resilience right now, right? Resistance builds resilience, okay? Very cool. Somebody else got trees too, and I can't remember. I have the worst memory. All right, trees. Let's take a look here. If I can find trees. There it is. Oops. All right, this card indicates that you have a special relationship to trees. In ancient times, particularly in Celtic and Eastern European cultures, trees were considered sacred. The Druids looked to oak trees for prophetic information, and ancient healers used tree ingredients such as willow bark for medicine. Your connection to trees may have been spiritual, including the ability to receive messages from them. In some cases, the seemingly non-sentient trees, these non-sentient trees are animated by real souls. You may have even been a tree person or a tree deva in this life or past lifetimes. This card asks you to spend more time connecting with trees for healing, knowledge, and inner peace. All right, so this is where, because like I said, like with all this energy needing you to reassess, contemplate how you assert yourself, this is where getting out in nature, staying grounded, and that's gonna help guide you to transform that worry and fear into some sort of confidence for you, okay? All right. Now, let's see what archetypal energy is affecting you this month. All right, what kinds of people are affecting Cancers this month? Now, this can be you or somebody in your life, Cancer. The most important part is for you to be the hero of your own journey. Okay. Also, too, if you're not feeling empowered, like that shadow work journal, it helps unlock so much related to the areas of our life in which we don't feel empowered. Okay, so the energy you got is the Gambler. Light attributes: willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt it. Shadow attribute: relying on luck rather than hard work. Okay, so I think that's so fascinating to see the color association, but I really want you to tune into that intuition. All right, yeah. So that's funny. This is your intuition that's talking to you right now, okay? And so if you're quieting it or you're seeing it in the wrong light, you're not going to get the messages that are trying to come to you, okay? Yeah, willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you. And that's going to be like possibly where that tower moment comes in a little bit, okay? Okay, so what dragon energy can Cancers use this month? It is the year of the dragon, so I'll be pulling a dragon card for all the monthlies of 2024. All right, Golden Atlantean Dragon helps you remember the wisdom of the Golden Atlantis. Awaken, bring back your knowledge, gifts, and talents. Reclaim your mastery, okay? Air Dragon helps you rise above earthly matters. Communicate honestly. Brings inspiration and hope. See life from a higher perspective. Yeah, a lot of this is you raising yourself up in a big way, Cancers, okay? All right, so now let's get crystal card that is going to help Cancers. Like the biggest key thing for you, how you assert yourself. It makes sense because of Mars Mars entering your sign. I can't remember what the date is, but perfect. Black coral, light in the darkness. So here's where it's darkest before the dawn. Okay, so if those thoughts are there to propel you forward, just remember that those thoughts are there to propel you forward. Okay, what good does anxiety do for you? Okay, all right, so let's get an empowering question here, because I do think all of that is you're providing light in the darkness, like just by being yourself. Okay, that's another important message. When you are your Cancerian energy, remember, you're a comforting, nurturing energy, and that can be really helpful in times, especially with Pluto retrograde in Capricorn, where people need that grounded, nurturing energy. All right, so your empowering questions this month: what larger entity am I a part of, and what gives me great joy? What gives you great joy? All right, you're meant to focus more on that energy of what gives you joy. Okay, Cancers, we're gonna do one clarifier and then we're gonna close this out. Again, thank you so much for joining me. Please remember to hit that like button and subscribe to show your support of the channel. And let's see what we got going on. Oh, and don't forget to watch your sun, moon, and rising, okay? And like I said, if you have a particular house or planet that you need clarity on, definitely do that. All right, 8 of Pentacles. It did come out reversed though, so let's just get one more, because I want to get one more clarifier, because that wasn't clear. There you are. Amazing. All right. Keep your vibration high. All right. Stay focused on where you're going, because it is lucrative. It is abundant. All right. That confidence. This is one of those things where once you see this lesson for what it is, when that tower energy comes in, really asking yourself how you assert yourself and staying in your nurturing, loving energy while utilizing your Capricorn energy. All right. That's some major Capricorn energy right there. Or I'm sorry, it's not, it's Virgo. But it's also another fellow earth energy. But I just want you to remember that all of this Virgo energy that's coming in is here to push you forward, okay? It's here to push you forward. So thank you so much for joining me. As always, shine your inner light, Cancers. You've got this.